Railroads and colonialism. Victoria Railway Station is one of the 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Mumbai, the capital city of Maharashtra province in India. A symbol of Mumbai, this Victorian Gothic building was built by British architects about 140 years ago. The railways have now become an integral part of Indian society. Passengers riding on the roofs of train wagons, or dangling from their doors on their way to near and distant destinations, is one of the common images of Indian society today. It is difficult to imagine India without railroads. However, trains and railroads in India, Africa, and East Asia are reminders of European colonialism and exploitation. In the Congo Free State, under the orders of King Leopold II, King of Belgium, a 366-kilometer railway line was built between Leopoldville, Kinshasa, the present-day capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Matadi on the Atlantic coast. Between 1890 and 1898, hundreds of Africans died due to strenuous work and infectious diseases during the construction of this railway. In his literary masterpiece, Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad describes the grueling work of building this railway. In the novel, Marlowe begins his journey by walking around the rapids. A slight clinking behind me made me turn my head. 6 black men advanced in a file toiling up the path. They walked erect and slow, balancing small baskets full of earth on their heads, and the clink kept time with their footsteps. I could see every rib. The joints of their limbs were like knots in a rope. Each had an iron collar on his neck, and all were connected together with a chain whose bight swung between them, rhythmically clinking. These were laborers working on Leopold's railway. The railway transported rubber and ivory hundreds of kilometers from the Congo's central regions to the Atlantic coast. In the years following its establishment, it brought huge profits to its builders and to the King of Belgium as the undisputed owner of the Congo Free State. Following that, another railway line was built, this time from Katanga in southeastern Congo to the border of Rhodesia. This was to connect the rich copper mines in these areas to the coasts of the open seas. As soon as the First World War ended, France began building railways in the southern regions under its control in Central Africa. Today, this area is known as the Republic of Congo or Congo-Brazzaville. This 300-kilometer project connected Brazzaville, the country's capital, to the Atlantic coast. The activity took place between 1921 and 1934. Men were forced to work in grueling conditions in the depths of the forest during that time, separated from their families. Thousands of African men, women, and children died during this period. The event was carried out by France, whose slogan and pride is liberty, equality, and fraternity. American author, Adam Hochschild, describes in detail the events surrounding the construction of the Kinshasa-Matadi Railway in his book King Leopold's Ghost. The railway was a modest engineering success and a major human disaster. Men succumbed to accidents, dysentery, smallpox, beriberi, and malaria, all exacerbated by bad food and relentless floggings by the 200-man railway militia force. When bugles sounded in the morning, crowds of angry laborers laid at the feet of European supervisors the bodies of their comrades who had died during the night. Using documents and evidence, Stanford University history professor j.p.daughton writes in his book In the Forest of No Joy about similar events that killed more than 20,000 Africans during the construction of the Congo-Brazzaville railway line. It was also the French who built railways in Madagascar. The first railway line on this island was constructed in the early 20th century, and connected Tana or Antananarivo, the current capital of Madagascar, to the west coast. In each case, Europeans interacted differently with conquered lands and their people. Prior to the French arrival and dominance on this island, free labor was one of the ways local rulers collected taxes from the people. This practice was continued by the French, who forced the natives to build the railway. Bruce Gilley, professor of political science at Portland State University, in an article titled The Case for Colonialism, explores the 150 years of colonialism in Africa and Asia. In spite of opposition, the controversial paper was made available online in 2017, and published a year later. According to Bruce Gilley, European colonization of African and Asian countries has been useful and legitimate. To support his opinion, he analyzes the history of colonialism. He gives numerous examples and finally suggests revive a form of recolonization in order to improve the conditions in southern countries. Among European and American countries, many believe that railroads, along with post and telegraph, contributed significantly to social development in colonized countries. They view these three factors, as well as the expansion of education and public health, as a legacy of colonialism. According to them, these have been beneficial to colonized countries, and have improved their quality of life. Another image of the colonial era is imprinted on the minds of the African people. A large number of Africans sacrificed their lives for colonial ambitions during this time. All things of value were looted by the Europeans. Millions of Africans were transported by ship to the Caribbean islands, and other parts of the Americas. They worked in the vast fields of sugarcane, cotton, and tobacco, under deplorable conditions. In the Congo Free State, many hands were cut off for laziness or disobedience. These images, along with a large number of others, are etched into the collective memory of the people of this continent. One after another, African nations gained independence in the second half of the 20th century and during the Cold War. It started with Ghana in 1957 and ended with Zimbabwe in 1980. Colonists left and railroads remained. While many railway lines are still in use today, others are abandoned and left unused, becoming pieces of iron that have disappeared under desert sands or in dense forests. Other parts of the route are playgrounds for children near villages and towns.